Intel officials draft classified report is the near finish of 90-day COVID probe. In May, Biden told U.S. intelligence agencies to redouble their efforts to investigate how the virus originated, including the possibility that it emerged from a lab accident. Biden ordered the investigation after receiving an earlier report on the origins and asking for follow-up information, he said in a statement. The 90-day clock that Biden set for this investigation will be up in late August. It's possible that the draft report could undergo significant revisions during the remaining review process. Biden also tasked the intelligence community with declassifying as much of the report as possible, a process now underway as it undergoes initial reviews. The intelligence community's inability to present one theory with high confidence after 3 months of intense work underscores just how hard it is to probe the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic. Intelligence officials have also taken a fresh look at signals intelligence, like intercepted communications and satellite imagery, that could provide clues. But ultimately, China's refusal to share information from the early days of the outbreak and the country's lack of transparency has been a major hurdle, and officials had been broadly pessimistic about finding a smoking gun during the 90-day push. Last month, a bipartisan group of lawmakers made clear they want Biden to continue investigating the origins issue until the intelligence community reaches a high-confidence assessment, even if that takes longer than 90 days. But there are some concerns that the political debate around COVID origins and China's refusal to share pertinent information means that the U.S. may never reach a definitive conclusion on that front, two sources said. The failure to get our inspectors on the ground in those early months will always hamper any investigation into the origin of COVID-19, Biden said when he announced that he had launched the investigation, noting that he had previously called for the CDC to get access to China to learn about the virus in order to help fight it more effectively.
But unlike the question of whether the coronavirus first emerged naturally through human contact with animals in the wild or in markets, or via a lab accident, intelligence officials believe there is enough evidence to make a compelling case that the Chinese government's initial handling of the outbreak and efforts to suppress relevant information in the months since has significantly constrained all efforts to examine the pandemic's true origins, according to a source familiar with the findings. Despite a near consensus among those officials about the impact of China's actions, it remains unclear how far the Biden administration will go in calling out Beijing publicly once its ongoing 90-day review is over, or how those findings will factor into the version of the report that is publicly released, the source said. White House officials have said that getting to the bottom of the origin of the pandemic will help prevent another one, and after unsuccessful World Health Organization efforts to investigate the matter, the Biden administration orchestrated their own effort. In July, the White House said it was deeply disappointed when China rejected the WHO's plan for a second phase of an investigation into the origin of the coronavirus. And after the WHO's first investigation, the White House was critical of their findings due to limited access to complete, original data and samples.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.